Welcome to today's video where we'll uncover the hidden psychological signals that reveal when a woman is ready for your move. Insights inspired by the timeless wisdom of Carl Jung. Jung's work on the unconscious mind and human behavior offers profound understanding into attraction, connection, and the subtle ways people express interest without words. By learning to read these cues, you'll not only gain a deeper insight into female psychology, but also develop a stronger emotional awareness that helps you connect with authenticity and confidence. Attraction often unfolds beneath the surface, expressed through nonverbal communication and subtle emotional signals. Many men miss these cues because they focus only on what's said, rather than what's shown. Jung believed that much of human behavior operates through the unconscious, a space where emotions, instincts, and desires quietly shape our interactions. When a woman is ready for your move, her body language, tone, and energy begin to align in ways that reflect openness and trust, signaling that she's emotionally attuned to you, even if she doesn't express it directly. In this video, we'll break down 7 of these hidden signals through the lens of Jungian psychology. Each one will help you recognize not just interest, but the deeper emotional readiness that lies behind it. By the end, you'll understand how to approach these moments with confidence, respect, and awareness, knowing when the timing is right and how to respond in a way that strengthens the connection naturally. When it comes to attraction, eye contact and body language reveal more than words ever could. Carl Jung believed that the unconscious communicates through symbols and instinctive behavior, and our body language is one of its purest forms. When a woman is ready for your move, her eyes and body often begin to express interest before she consciously acknowledges it. Prolonged eye contact, a gentle smile that lingers, or a subtle shift of her posture toward you are all signals that her unconscious mind is engaged and emotionally receptive. Eye contact, in particular, is one of the most powerful nonverbal cues of attraction. When a woman maintains eye contact longer than usual, or looks away and then back at you, it reflects curiosity and comfort, 2 strong indicators of emotional openness. Jung might interpret this as the psyche's attempt to establish a deeper symbolic connection beyond surface-level conversation. Her gaze becomes a bridge between conscious intention and unconscious desire, expressing a readiness for closeness without words. Body language also plays a vital role. If she leans in when you speak, subtly mirrors your gestures, or keeps her body oriented toward you, these are all signs of subconscious rapport. Such actions reflect her internal state, a combination of comfort, interest, and emotional harmony. When her body naturally aligns with yours, it's a clear indicator that her unconscious mind feels safe and connected in your presence. Ultimately, reading these cues requires awareness and patience. Jungian psychology teaches that unconscious signals emerge when the mind feels safe enough to express them. By observing her eyes, posture, and gestures with mindful attention, you can sense when that emotional safety transforms into attraction, when she's silently but clearly inviting you to take the next step. One of the clearest indicators that a woman is ready for your move is the presence of emotional openness. Carl Jung believed that genuine connection begins when the unconscious walls we build around ourselves start to lower, allowing trust and vulnerability to emerge. When a woman feels emotionally safe around you, she begins to express herself more freely, sharing personal stories, opinions, and emotions without fear of judgment. This level of openness signals that her unconscious mind views you as someone reliable and emotionally attuned. Trust is rarely built through words alone. It develops through consistent emotional presence and authenticity. Jung emphasized that true connection happens when both individuals allow their authentic selves to surface. If she begins to reveal deeper parts of her personality, her fears, her dreams, her past, it's a strong sign that she feels comfortable enough to let you in. This emotional transparency isn't forced. It naturally unfolds as she feels an inner alignment between her emotions and your energy. Another subtle sign of emotional openness is when she begins to seek your perspective or validation on personal matters. This doesn't mean she's dependent. Rather, it shows that she values your insight and emotional grounding. In Jungian terms, this reflects a movement from guardedness to psychological connection, a space where mutual understanding replaces superficial interaction. When emotional openness and trust are present, they create an unspoken invitation, one that signals readiness for deeper connection. Jung would describe this moment as a harmony between two psyches, where both conscious and unconscious energies align. Recognizing and honoring this emotional readiness is key. It's not about rushing in, but about responding with awareness, sensitivity, and authenticity. According to Carl Jung's theories, much of human attraction operates on an unconscious level, where emotions and instincts communicate more powerfully than words ever could. When a woman feels drawn to someone, her subconscious mind often begins to reveal that attraction through subtle behaviors and energy shifts. These signals are not deliberate or planned. Rather, they arise naturally from her emotional state. Jung believed that these unconscious cues emerge as a projection of inner feelings, meaning that when a woman feels emotionally aligned with you, her unconscious behavior will reflect it in noticeable ways if you know how to observe carefully. One of the most telling unconscious signals is mirroring. When a woman unconsciously mirrors your movements, posture, or tone, it indicates that she feels in sync with you. This behavior stems from the human instinct to establish rapport and connection. For example, if you lean forward during a conversation and she does the same, or if she begins to adopt your rhythm of speech, it's a clear sign her subconscious mind is building alignment. Jung would describe this as the psyche seeking resonance, a natural blending of energies that often occurs when emotional attraction is present. Another unconscious signal can be seen in the way she physically positions herself around you. If she consistently faces you, keeps her body open rather than closed off, or seems to find reasons to be near you, these actions often come from a deeper instinct of comfort and interest. Jung's understanding of archetypes and the collective unconscious suggests that such physical openness reflects a desire for emotional closeness, a silent way of saying, "I feel safe with you." These patterns transcend culture and language, existing as universal human behaviors that reveal attraction on a primal level. Lastly, unconscious attraction is often expressed through micro-expressions and subtle emotional cues. A brief smile when you enter the room, a softening of the eyes during a conversation, or a slight hesitation before breaking eye contact. These moments, though fleeting, are rich with meaning. Jung believed that the unconscious communicates through symbols and instinctive reactions. And in this context, these micro-signals serve as emotional symbols of readiness and connection. When a woman begins to exhibit these unconscious cues, it's often her psyche's quiet way of signaling that she's emotionally open and ready for you to make your move. When a woman begins to develop emotional readiness, one of the most telling indicators appears in the way she communicates. Carl Jung viewed communication not only as a social act, but as an expression of the unconscious mind. Subtle changes in tone, pace, and word choice can reveal a deepening sense of connection. If her conversations with you begin to move beyond surface-level topics into more personal or emotionally rich territory. It's a sign that she feels safe and engaged. This shift often happens naturally, reflecting her growing trust and emotional openness toward you. A key indicator is her level of engagement and responsiveness. If she listens intently, remembers details you've shared, or responds thoughtfully rather than out of habit, it signals that she's emotionally invested. Jung believed that genuine communication reflects psychic alignment, a synchronization of emotional energy. When this alignment happens, conversation flows effortlessly and silence between two people becomes comfortable rather than awkward. Her openness to deeper, more meaningful dialogue shows that she's inviting emotional closeness. Another sign lies in the way she uses humor or playfulness. When a woman begins to tease lightly, laugh easily, or engage in gentle banter, it reflects a sense of comfort and affection. Jungian psychology suggests that humor can serve as a bridge between the conscious and unconscious, breaking down barriers and allowing the authentic self to emerge. This kind of playful energy signals trust, an unspoken message that she enjoys your presence and feels emotionally free in your company. Ultimately, these subtle shifts in communication reveal more than just interest. They indicate psychological connection. When her words begin to mirror her emotions and her tone softens with warmth and curiosity, she's expressing readiness on a deeper, unconscious level. For a man attuned to these signals, this is the moment to engage with presence and sincerity, matching her openness with emotional awareness and respect. Recognizing the right moment to make your move requires awareness, patience, and emotional intelligence, qualities Carl Jung believed were essential for authentic connection. The right moment isn't about finding perfect timing through logic. It's about sensing alignment between two unconscious minds. When a woman is ready, her behavior, tone, and presence all begin to harmonize with yours. The conversations feel natural, the silence is comfortable, and her energy subtly invites closeness. Jung would describe this as a psychological synchrony, when two individuals' inner worlds resonate on the same frequency, signaling emotional readiness. One of the clearest signs that the moment is right is consistency in her engagement. When she not only responds positively but initiates contact, maintains steady eye contact, and mirrors your pace of interaction, it's a strong indication that her unconscious mind is fully open to connection. At this stage, she's no longer testing boundaries. She's allowing them to dissolve. Jung saw this as the integration of conscious intention and unconscious desire, a moment when both individuals intuitively sense a shared emotional readiness. Equally important is your ability to remain grounded. The stoic-like calmness that Jung associated with self-awareness allows you to act not out of impulse, but out of understanding. When you sense that harmony, the ease in her tone, the openness in her posture, and the quiet invitation in her eyes, that's your cue. It's not about rushing in or overanalyzing, it's about responding naturally to a moment that feels mutual and authentic. When the moment is right, it often feels effortless. There's no tension, no uncertainty, only presence. Jung believed that such alignment between two psyches is rare and deeply meaningful, a brief window where the conscious and unconscious meet. Recognizing and honoring that moment with confidence and respect allows connection to unfold organically. It's not about taking control, but about moving in harmony with what already exists, a shared readiness between two minds that have found balance. As we've explored, recognizing when a woman is ready for your move isn't about manipulation or reading surface-level signals. It's about understanding emotional resonance on a deeper, unconscious level. Carl Jung's work reminds us that connection begins where authenticity meets awareness. When you learn to observe subtle cues, her tone, openness, and energy, you start to perceive the unspoken language of attraction. These signals are not about control but about alignment, where two psyches quietly communicate readiness and mutual trust. Jung's philosophy teaches that relationships grounded in self-awareness are far stronger than those built on impulse or assumption. By tuning into your own emotional state and remaining present, you become more sensitive to the hidden patterns that guide human connection. When you are calm, authentic, and grounded, you naturally create an environment where openness and trust can flourish. This self-mastery not only helps you recognize when the moment is right, but also ensures that your actions come from respect and understanding rather than desire alone. In the end, the real power lies in awareness, both of yourself and the person you're connecting with. When you approach attraction through Jung's lens, you're no longer guessing or chasing validation. You're engaging in a genuine meeting of minds and emotions. The signals are there, quietly revealing themselves through eye contact, tone, and presence. By learning to see and respond to them with mindfulness and confidence, you'll find that the right moment doesn't have to be forced. It simply unfolds naturally in perfect harmony between two people who are ready for connection.